Our faith story started out with me becoming very sick.
He was in bed from basically 24/7. You know, we still had Isabel at home. She was young, she was in sports, he wasn't participating. We didn't eat dinner together. We didn't do any family activities together. That was our life.
I was addicted to 40 milligrams of morphine, IV morphine a day. My health had gotten so bad, I was down to 114 pounds. My kidneys ended up shutting down, so I was on dialysis. Dawn started a prayer room.
Well, watching the movie War Room, I was so angry at Mike because he wanted the morphine so bad. And most of the time, I had to give it to him. I had to put it in his body, and that was so hard because it was killing him. I basically took a whole bunch of all the morphine we had in our house and just prayed to God and just said, this is the devil. I don't want this in our house. Remove this stuff from our house. This is God's house, not the devil's. And it was 2 days after that when he started using the morphine.
Eventually, Dr. Lilly figured out it was my heart. And so they decided they needed to fix my heart. So Dr. Lilly went in and they found that my aortic valve turned to mush and bore a hole in my aortic artery. So I was bleeding out into my chest. They fixed my heart. I was being brought back to my body by angels, 3 angels. And I woke up after a week of sedation, singing with the angels, "How Great Is Our God," which was such an incredible feeling. And my body was restored to a place that I couldn't even imagine. I had such high hopes, I thought, and they weren't even close to what he did for me. It was so much more grand.
Neither one of us worked. I couldn't work because he was too sick. I couldn't leave him home. And financially, we made it.
God provided the entire time.
God had his hand in this. There's no doubt. In these certain areas, like getting off of morphine with no withdrawals, no sickness, no shakes, no nothing. It's just unheard of.
I was very good at being a correctional officer because I can get very angry very quickly. It made me really good at being a prison guard, but it doesn't make me a very good Christian. I needed the perspective of loving, compassion, and caring that Christ shows and God shows through giving his son for us. But God took the morphine away from me, and God fixed my heart and showed the doctors what they needed to do and placed the people in my lives that needed to be there for these miracles to happen. I had been through so much, but God had to break me down a lot before I could become the Christian that God wanted me to be. For the glory be to God in all of this. Hi, I'm Mike Gottinger, and I have been raised to new life in Christ.